Hey team, this week I want to talk about something that is extremely important for all of us that helps us really keep our head and our heart in the game. We're talking about vision. And no, I'm not talking about the vision that we have with our eyes, which gives us our short-term sight. I'm talking about the vision that lives in our heart, which gives us our long-term sight. That's our future. And I've been a huge proponent of really focusing in, dialing in, strengthening that internal vision for years and years and years. I remember the first time that I did a vision board, I was in college, and I'll never forget this. And I'd have a couple guys on the team that come in my room, they'd see this, and they're like, "Oh, what is this? Weird thing, putting a bunch of pictures up." And the crazy thing about it is, when you believe in something, when you can visualize it, when you walk past it every single day, it just becomes ingrained in your subconscious. And that's exactly what happened almost 21 years ago, of me putting this stuff down, stuff happening that year, a couple years afterwards, be it in sports, be it in life. And there's no foofy thing about this. As weird as it may seem, it does seem maybe to some like, oh, this is woo-woo, this is foofy. But the more that you can practice that vision, manifest it, and have yourself a vision board like this that you create for yourself, the more clarity that you're gonna have, the more patience you're gonna have, the more focus that you're gonna have. And so as we're getting this year dialed in this first month of the year, locked in on our rituals, focusing on our habits, dialing in our mission, all of these things which are so important to us at the macro level, now we're getting a little bit tighter on things we want to focus on the day-to-day and the week-to-week. And so you're kind of putting all that stuff together. Everything from your rituals, your mission, the things that are so important to you, especially in those 4 categories that we talked about, from your health, your personal development and job, your relationships, your impact. That's how this vision board, I've designed this, of how it's all set up. Now, what I did this year was a little bit different in the sense of I didn't really, normally I do a 1-year vision board. In this instance, I did something for the next 5 years. So that was what I would say I've really built up that conditioning to say, you know what, I can hold this vision for now 5-6 years. So when I put this one together, it was last year. So it was really kind of a 6-year play. And that takes conditioning. It's like having a strong vision and sticking to it and having the patience and the discipline. It's almost like running. You don't just say, oh, I'm gonna go out and run a marathon today. No, you're gonna start off with maybe a half a mile, a lap. Then you're gonna go to a half a mile, then you're gonna go a mile, then a 5K, then a 10K, then a half marathon. It's no different. We're building up a different level of conditioning. And what we need for a strong vision is, number one, we need clarity. We need to know exactly what we want, why we want it. We need that conviction so that we're like rooted in, these are the things that I am going to be. This is what I want in my life. This is what is so important to me. We need that commitment saying, hey, I know what I want, I'm rooted in, I'm committed to doing the work. And then we need that consistency of actions to happen over and over and over. So once we see this, once you have a vision board for yourself, and this is in my office right now, this is right next to my desk, so I see it every single day. The door is right behind this camera, so when I walk in, this is the first thing that I see. When I'm working, I get a chance to peek over. Now what happens is I'm not like this. I'm like staring at it all day long. I've spent a lot of time putting it together, putting each thing on here that means something specific to me. And this is kind of like my own Morse code. And when you create your vision board, it's like your own code, your own hieroglyphics, however you want to describe it, only you understand what it means. But that's a powerful piece, because somebody can come in here and this is like my deepest goals on display, but they don't know exactly what each of these numbers mean. It doesn't matter. That's all you need to know, is that you understand what they mean. But when you put it on there, it's more powerful than even just writing it down. Writing it down is important. So the only way I got here is because I wrote down all my goals. I did my SWOT analysis. I understand the things that I wanted to accomplish. I wrote all those goals down, and now I want to visualize it. I want to see myself in these situations. I want to see myself accomplishing these things. I want to see myself crossing these finish lines and doing this type of stuff in my life. And so the more that I can see it and bring association and excitement to it, the more that it inspires me and empowers me to keep moving forward towards that. And so this is exactly why you want to create a vision board for yourself. And I've been doing this every single year, again, for the last 21 years. And if there's one thing that I swear by, it's this. And it's crazy because I'll look at vision boards of the past, and in that time I would be thinking to myself, how the heck am I going to accomplish this? And then sure enough, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I accomplished this. When I look at all my vision boards, it's almost 95 to dang near 100% completed of what's on there. And it may not happen in that year. It may happen a couple years after. But the fact that I'm being intentional and I'm putting it out into the universe and I'm manifesting exactly what I want and taking the actions towards that on a day-to-day basis, that's what's going to set me up for success, and that's exactly what's going to set you up for success. So I have so much conviction, I have so much passion around this type of stuff, around mindset, goal setting. This is like the foundation of really what fires me up as a coach. And these are the things that I want to share with you, because this is how your life will change. Your life's going to change by doing the groundwork, by being the architect of your life. What matters to you, what doesn't matter to you, get that off the table. Things that you are not willing to tolerate anymore, things that you are focused on committing to. We want to be the next version of ourselves. We got to have a new vision for ourselves. We got to be willing for our old self to die. And that's such an important thing for us to understand. We have to be willing for our old self to die, our old habits to die, our old rituals to die, our old tendencies to die, our old ways of thinking to die. If we want to get to the next level in our life, we have to be willing to part ways with our past. And that comes with a lot of things. It comes with a lot of routine. There may be certain people that are in your life right now that just, they don't fit the mold for where you're trying to go to next. And it doesn't make you better than them or them better than you. It's just maybe a different season, different chapter in your life. And that constantly is going to change as you continue to get older. But as we get older, we don't want to go through this phase of, I'm getting older, this kind of lazy, uninspiring way of talking that happens when we get older in life. Like in my 40s now, my best is yet to come. I want to feel stronger and more athletic than I was in my 20s. I want to have better relationships. I want to have deeper experiences. I want to have more adventure. I want to do more things the older I get. I want to bring the wisdom to the table, but now still bringing that level of risk and adventure into all these things. And that's what a vision board is going to represent. Everything on here is something that is so powerful to me. When I see it, I'm like, I got to live that more. And there's times, here's the real powerful part of a vision board, is that the thing that you need the most is going to speak to you the most when you see it. Like your eyes are just going to gravitate towards it. And the more that you can listen to your heart and your gut, and you get your head and your heart on the same page, is when you really start to take action. Because now you know what's important to you. And when you know what's important to you, your level of personal responsibility goes way up. Because now everything that's happening in your life is because of the work you're doing, and everything that's not happening in your life is because of the work that you're not doing. And if you can have equal ownership of both those statements, then I promise you, you will be happy, because there's no room for victimhood. There's no room for saying, oh, this, that, gas prices, who's in office. Dude, none of it matters. It's your life, it's your vision. And this is what we're gonna dial down on. This is what we're gonna be focused on. So the homework that I have for you is to create your vision board. Break it up into those 4 categories. Have a section in terms of your health, have a section in terms of your family, your relationships, have a section in terms of your job, and then have a section that represents your service and impact. Have that on there. Pick a mantra, pick something that what your word represents this year, where it's like, dude, I'm gonna double down on this. That's what I want you to focus on. Again, we talk about all the time, be the driver's seat of your own life. Remember, your eyes are your vision to what's in front of you, your heart and your gut is your vision to your future. Let's go create the most epic future ever this year. And as we say it all the time, our best is yet to come.